What's up, dudes? I'm the Dominicator, the dominant male hypnotist, and in this video, I'm going to hypnotize you to pay tribute to me. Shout out to Kevin for commissioning this video. Thanks, dude. Your support is appreciated. As in all of my videos, you'll be asked to comment at the end while hypnotized, so go ahead and log into an account that you can use for that. Mute any distractions, and continue whenever you're ready. Alright, dudes, I don't consider myself a FinDom, a financial dominant, but I am more than happy to appeal to that interest. And so here is a little disclaimer for this video. This video will hypnotize you, the viewer, to leave a tip for my video. And that tip can be no less than $5, no more than $15 at the time of the making of this video. And so, as long as you understand that that is the intent of this video, then all you need to do is just continue listening to the sound of my voice. Now to begin, I just want you to look at the pocket watch in front of you and notice how it sways back and forth and back and forth, just like the sound of my voice does. And as you continue listening to the sound of my voice and watching the pocket watch in front of you as it sways back and forth, you'll begin to notice that you feel a very nice and sleepy, tired and heavy feeling coming over your body. You might begin to notice that your muscle tissues just relax automatically all by themselves as you listen to the sound of my voice. And the more and more that you listen to the sound of my voice, and the longer and longer that you continue to keep your eyes fully open and watch the pocket watch as it sways back and forth, the more that you relax, and the more deeply that you relax, and the more deeply that you'll be able to go, and the more easily that you'll be able to simply listen to the sound of my voice and tune out all distractions around you. You can take a very deep breath in. Take a very deep breath in and just allow all of the stress and the tension in your body and your mind to build up inside of your breath. And the deeper your breath is, the more and more of that stress and tension will come into your breath, and whenever you exhale, then you'll exhale all of that stress and tension out of your breath. And you'll just slip even deeper into a nice and wonderful, peaceful and calm state of relaxation, even more deeply. And the more and more that you continue to watch the pocket watch in front of you, the more and more tired and heavy and sleepy all of the little muscles inside of your face will become. The more tired and heavy and sleepy that your mind will become. In fact, as you continue just watching the pocket watch right in front of you, you might feel a strong and heavy magnetic force that's drawing your eyes into the pocket watch as it sways back and forth. And you might even find that just as if your eyes were magnetized to the watch, that it seems to be rocking you back and forth, just like the sound of my voice. And the more and more that you continue to watch the pocket watch, the stronger and stronger that this magnetic force becomes. And even though the pocket watch seems to be drawing your eyes in toward it, it also seems to be making your mind so very heavy and so very sleepy, so very drowsy at the same time, as all of your thoughts just want to melt down And the more and more that you listen to the sound of my voice, the more and more that you can feel the impact of my words, as it seems that the sound of my voice is just causing your thoughts to fade away and to melt away. And as they do, and as you continue to listen to the sound of my voice, you will feel wonderful and relaxing waves of pleasure coursing throughout your entire body. Waves of pleasure coursing throughout your entire body with each and every word that I say. Each and every word that I say is a wonderful and spine-tingling sensation that just causes waves of pleasure to course throughout your entire body. And that just feels so good. It feels so good to continue listening to the sound of my voice, even though you might even forget that I'm speaking to you at all, because your attention is drawn so much to the pocket watch in front of you. So much to it as it swings back and forth and back and forth, that you can even forget about everything. You can even forget what was said a moment ago. And that's perfectly fine, because the more and more that you try to remember what was said a moment ago, the more and more that you will forget everything that has happened up until this point. The more and more that you try to remember, the more and more that you'll forget. And the more that you forget, the more that you can just relax. The more that you relax, the more that you can forget. And you'll find it even easier just to drift down even more. Just drift down. Allow your mind and your thoughts to drift away, to float away. And now, even though your gaze is being rocked and magnetized back and forth by the swaying of the pocket watch, you can picture and imagine and visualize, even with your eyes completely open, that right now you are in a school, that you are walking down the hallways of a school, and that very soon you're going to enter a classroom in which I am your teacher. And as you're walking down these hallways, you can just feel your mind beginning to drift down into a very dreamy and very daydreaming-like state. The more and more that you do feel your mind drifting down, the more pleasant that you feel, and the more able that you are to just relax and allow your mind to drift away. You're walking down the hallways, and they seem just like a maze, as they lead you left and right and back and forth and around and around. As you're looking for the room, you're looking for a room with the number 5 on it, and you realize that unless you find it very soon, that you're going to be late, and you don't want to be late. You can relax and just allow the sound of my voice to guide you toward that room. Soon I'm going to count from 1 to 5, and as I count from 1 to 5, your mind is going to slip all the way from the waking world into this daydream, and once I reach 5 and I snap my fingers, you're going to open the door to this classroom and walk in, and at the same time you'll enter a very deep and very relaxed state of sleep. And now, beginning with the number 1, as you relax down even further, and 2, as you feel your mind drifting, as the daydream becomes more and more real, 3, and now you're halfway there, and you can't wait for those eyes to just lock down all the way, and 4, you're almost there, and 5, sleep down all the way, sleep down all the way. And now that you are here, you can take a seat in my classroom. All you need to do is to listen to each and every word that I say, and take mental notes. Everything that I say is true because I am your teacher, and I have your best interests in mind. But I am not just any teacher. I am your master, that is, I am a teacher who mentors you, and a role model for you to follow. I am an alpha male and an example of what men should be, and I am here to instill those values in you. You are here to learn the will of your master and to carry out the will of your master. And my will is for all of you to become fitter and more masculine men. To learn about everything that you have to do to become fitter men, to become more muscular, more aesthetically pleasing, stronger, more athletic, and with more well-rounded physiques. And that, of course, would lend to your masculinity, because masculine men are fit. And it is also my will for all of you to become more masculine, because masculinity in men is a noble trait. It is my will for you to be postured like a man, to walk like a man, to speak like a man, and to think in a masculine way. And the more and more that you execute my will, the more and more that you learn of these values, and the more that you follow them, the more that would please me, your master, and the better off that you will be for it. And the more that you hear me talk about these values of fitness and masculinity, the more that you will find that you feel an awe-inspiring respect for me, because I exemplify these values. And the more and more that I teach you about these values, the more and more that you will come to admire and respect me. And the more and more that you do, the more and more easily that you'll be able to learn these values from me. In fact, the more and more that I speak about them, the more and more that you will want so much to become fitter, knowing that you can be so much more aesthetic, knowing that so many things would come so much more easily to you, knowing that you would invest in your health by becoming fitter, knowing that you could be so much more athletic if you were fit. And the very same thing applies to masculinity. The more that I speak about it, the more that you want to become a more masculine male, the more that you will want to speak and walk and talk like a masculine man, because these things will not only make you feel so good, but they will also open so many doors for you, and that by thinking like a masculine man, that you can be so much more effective and so much happier in your life. And so the more that I continue to speak, the more that you can feel these values of fitness and of masculinity that seem to be carried from the very sound of my voice right through your ears and straight into your brain and sink down all the way into your subconscious mind. And the more and more that you listen, the more and more that you take in and internalize these values. And they are such good values that you want to take them in. And the more and more that you do, the more and more that you will look up to me as your master. The more that you will look up to me as your alpha male. While you are in this wonderful state, you realize how natural that it feels to be dominated by your master, even as you take in and internalize these values. That being dominated, in order to become more dominant yourself, is the best way to learn how to become more dominant, how to become fitter, how to become more masculine. that the very best way to learn how to do all of these things is to follow, obey, and serve a master. And the very thought of that possibility that you can learn how to do all of these things just makes you feel so good. The more and more that you continue to listen to your master, the more and more of an awe-inspiring feeling that you will have. The more and more that you will look up to your master, the more and more that you will want to serve your master. The more appreciative of your master that you will be, and the more and more that you will want to pay tribute to your master. The very thought of paying tribute to your master just makes you feel so good. It makes you feel wonderful waves of pleasure coursing throughout your entire body. The very idea of paying tribute to your master. Just think of how happy that it would make your master to receive a tribute, and how good that it would be for you. Because the more that you think about giving a tribute to your alpha male master, the more and more that you begin to invest in these values of fitness, in these values of masculinity. And the more and more that you think about giving a tribute to your master, the more and more invested that you become in your fitness, and the more and more invested that you become in your masculinity. And in fact, you will find that the very thought of giving a tribute makes you want to take on these values. It makes you want to take them on. And in fact, when you do pay a tribute to your master, you're going to feel a wonderful sense of motivation to attain these values, a wonderful, completely and totally energizing sensation to want to achieve fitness, to want to achieve masculinity, and you'll feel a wonderful wave of pleasure and wave of satisfaction knowing that you have obeyed and served your master, and that will just make you feel so good. And so now, I want you to think about how much it is that you want to be fit, how much it is that you want to be masculine, and how much it is that you feel the impact of my words in my voice, and the warm and masculine and dominating sensation all around you, and feel how good that it would be to pay tribute to your master. The idea just gives tingles, little tiny tingles on the very back of your neck. Whenever you do pay that tribute, you're going to feel a wonderful tingling, spine-tingling, hair-raising sensation on your back, even more than now. And it's going to feel unlike anything that you've ever felt before. It's going to feel so good. And now all that you want to do is pay tribute to your master. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5, and as I count from 1 to 5, you're going to get up from your chair and leave the classroom, and on the way out, you'll be able to purchase a virtual tribute card. Whenever I reach 5, I'm going to snap my fingers, and when I do, your eyes are going to open. In the description of this video, there is a link to leave a tip, and this is how you can come to own your very own virtual tribute card. I do not know how much it is that your unconscious mind wants so very much to adopt the values of fitness and masculinity, or how much it is that your unconscious mind feels the impact of my words and the sound of my voice, but whenever you leave a tip for this video, you'll feel so good about whatever choice it is that you've made. And after you do, I want you to leave a comment in the comment section that says, "I worship Alpha Master Dominic." you'll leave a comment in the comment section that says, I worship Alpha Master Dominic. And whenever you do, you'll feel even better knowing that you are worshiping me. And that's going to make you feel even more awesome. Now in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. When I reach 5, then I'll snap my fingers, and your eyes will open, and you'll still be in this very dreamy and mellow, but very relaxed state of mind. And yet you'll feel energized, and you'll find that all of the good feelings that you have right now will carry with you into the waking world, and that you'll feel so very good and so very pleasant for the entire rest of your day. And now, beginning with 1, as you begin to come up, and 2, feeling so very nice, so very good, so very pleasant, and 3, ready to feel that spine-tingling sensation, that hair-raising sensation, and 4, you're almost ready, and 5, eyes open. Alright dudes, like, subscribe, and check out Dominicator.com to schedule an appointment with me, or to check out my t-shirt store, or to leave a tip. Catch you later dudes.